Here we are,
Beard Bros.
Beard Bros.
So a lot of you guys were complaining that this playthrough's been boring because I've been ignoring the text and not reading it. So we took the consideration in mind, and I will try and be better about it.
Here's the realistic aspect of this, is that we want to get through this game and we want to show you everything in this game, and we want to like get to the trivia, but if you haven't played Link to the Past, like, just go play Link to the Past, because
there's no pause balls or going downstairs.
As a gamer, just like, you gotta play Link to the Past. It's such an important game to this medium. It's like, you know, I don't even know. It's like Shakespeare. It's like so essential. Like 100 years from now, people are still gonna be talking about Link to the Past.
It's true.
So, like, as much as we're gonna like try and like focus a little bit more on the plot, and we will, because like a lot of the trivia has to do with like the characters and stuff. Just like, you know, do yourself a favor and like play through Link to the Past yourself.
Be mindful that we're doing this because this is one of my favorite games that I love playing.
And he loves speedrunning it.
I love speedrunning it.
So
this
that's
is
what
like
you're gonna
going
see.
to be a pseudo speedrun. I promise I will try and be more reserved. I will take time and read the plot. You know, I generally don't do this in this game because I just kind of assume everyone knows it.
So far, you're just right now. We're just grabbing a bunch of heart pieces.
We have a little checklist of things to do before and in between each dungeon that we do.
Yeah, this is called the Swamp Ruins. Weirdly enough,
this is the dungeon, the second princess dungeon. I don't know what they're called, the dungeons in the Dark World, which we'll talk about as we move on.
It's not a dungeon in this world.
Yes. So right now we're just doing a little fetch questing.
Quetch
questing.
Quidditch Festival 2009.
So yeah, we're just going to be doing we're going to be kind of just getting some items. They're not very important to the story, but we are doing a completionist run for this game.
Consider it like trivia that's like actually about the game.
What do you mean?
Like,
now I'm confused.
Like watching you play, it's like tip trivia. It's like the finer points of being the game. It's like a walkthrough video that's kind of like fun and relaxed.
So this area right here gets us a crap ton of items and rupees, which we will need in just a little bit because we're going to be purchasing.
This guy looks.
You know what's hilarious? Watch this though. Take some rupees, but don't tell me I get them to you, okay? It's just between us. 300 rupees.
This is like the guy in Link Between Worlds who like, you can just keep taking rupees from him until he like freaks out.
Like, why did you take those rupees?
It's like, you took too many. I offered you some and you took them all.
Now I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, and then you just kill him in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Later, man.
Later, man.
That's not really a spoiler, so I don't feel bad about it.
This
whole game is a spoiler for Link Between Worlds. It's like the same place.
It is, but it isn't. It's so Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds is...
I saw the comments. You guys were saying you want to see Link Between Worlds.
Maybe we'll just do it real quick.
I'm pretty good at it, too.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do a game in between.
Yeah, we probably will.
Take a step away from Zelda.
Take a step back.
So, I would like to try and do Metal Gear, but God.
It's just too many cutscenes.
Yeah,
Raftina.
The Ice Rod of Raftina.
So the Ice Rod, you know, one of my favorite weapons in the game. Found it recently in a race against a Let's Player that I can't discuss because I don't know whether or not the series is actually happening.
What do you mean? Didn't you already record it?
I recorded a few episodes, and based on his reaction of how it was going, he decided to not do it anymore. Needless to say, I did a fairly good job. I was very impressed with my progress with how I did in the playthrough.
So there's not a huge amount of trivia about the Ice Rod. But I do want to read this quote from the game's description of it, which is funny. It says, you found the Ice Rod.
I just skipped this, so I apologize.
You found the Ice Rod. Its chill magic blasts the air. But watch your magic meter. But I just like the idea of chill magic being
Chill
like...
magic. Like,
being
hey,
like,
man.
hey, whoa.
Hey, brother.
Abracadabra, though.
That abracadabra, though.
Oh, abracadabra. Finding secrets. Unlocking secrets.
That's what we do, the secrets of time. Did we ever talk about that hilarious Game Grumps thing that happened during when I was reviewing Goof Troop?
What?
So when Game Grumps started, John and Aaron did Goof Troop, and everyone in the comments went back because no one did videos on Goof Troop.
Yeah.
Like I was the only one. It was like if you had searched Goof Troop back then, it was like the Completionist and the Grumps.
Yeah.
And so people went onto my videos and they bashed me for ripping off Game Grumps. But it's magic because I did my episode 4.5 months before the Game Grumps were even yeah, 4.5 months before the Game Grumps even started.
Yeah.
It was so funny that everyone was like,
I just want to
you
lift...
ripped them off!
I want to lift the veil, you guys. We know the Game Grumps. The Game Grumps know us.
We're friends. They're awesome guys. I love Aaron. I love Danny, even though like I've never...
I want to get to know those guys better. I don't care about anything. I don't ever want to... I don't even need to do any sort of collab with them. I just want to, like, play Monster Hunter.
That's a thing that they would love to do.
That is it. That's all I want. Okay, but so now that we're here, though, I do have some trivia. So this book here is called the Book of Medora, right?
And so you found the Book of Medora. You can use it to read the ancient language of Hylia.
Right.
Of the Hylia.
Of the Hylia?
Of the Hylia.
Yeah, I believe the Hylia is a race in this.
Of the Hylia.
Because he's Hylian, right?
Yeah.
So in the manga, first of all, Sasharala gives Link the book instead of telling him where to find it. So that's weird. And Link gets stung by a scorpion, and Aghanim like goes up to him and takes the book from him, and like that's what he does. He takes it from him to resurrect Ganon. But that's not what happens in this game. And in this game, the original Japanese version of the game, it wasn't a history book. It was just a language book. And the myths and stories in it, like that it says are in the game here, are actually just like not from the book in the actual Japanese game. They're just like a separate thing.
Separate lore-based element.
Yeah, they're just like, this is from like a scroll or something. And then, yeah. So in the manual, there's also a thing that says it's from the Book of Medora. And that's actually not from the Book of Medora either. And I think that it's just because they wanted to like make it fleshed out a little bit more when they translated it to English.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Maybe in English, like things being from things, like in just like in the Western sensibility, they like connect better when it's like some of you know or something. And maybe in the Japanese sensibility, it feels better to have like more mysterious objects. I don't know.
So Alex, let's have a debate real quick. This
Okay.
is a Beard Bros debate.
Okay.
Okay. When I was a kid, all
Yes.
right, let me just show you what I'm about to talk about. When I was a kid, the rocks, the light rock, because there's light rock and the heavy rock. So this right here, right? This do you see an 8 ball?
Yes. Oh, I see an 8.
You see an 8. Okay, that's what I mean. You see an 8 though.
I do see an 8.
Okay. Is this intentional, or do you think it was just the design of it? Because for me, I saw an 8, and as a kid, it drove me crazy because all my friends and family were like, "That's not an 8." It drove me crazy. Those are clearly 8s. There are several 8s on the screen.
Those are 8s.
Those are 8s.
Those are
That's
8.
what I want to know, Alex. Is there something about the 8s? What do you guys think? Are they 8s or fishes? I think they're 8s.
I don't think
gotta be 8s.
I don't think they are meant to be a design. I think they're meant to be a texture of the rock. But I will say for sure that they look a lot like 8s.
Great.
So that's that. That's settled.
Bam.
I'm gonna tell you.
Not a yam.
Yeah. No, it's not not a yam. It's a bird. No, in this case, the 8
it was the bird.
The
so
8
I
is
was
the
right.
bird.
Okay.
But a little bit more about the Book of Medora.
I just love how I walked in the stranger's house and was like, "Excuse me,
That is like
I'm going to go in,
that is like
bomb the wall."
the sketch that every video game sketch group has ever that has existed has made.
Not our brand new one, the Super Scope Show.
Yeah, man. How do you guys like that?
You guys didn't know.
Oh yeah. Question of the day is
8s
eight or rock.
8 or rock.
Just write make your comment either the number 8 or the word rock, but write it like like rock, like RAWK.
RAWK.
Rock.
Or just post a picture of the rock. That is a good.
Yeah.
I know that
Can you
can't
post pictures? Post a link to a
tweet
picture.
a picture.
Tweet a picture of the rock at us if you think it's just a rock.
Or for you newbies out there, start a thread on the That One Video Gamer forums.
Oh my god,
because those are a real thing now. The site has been live for a week. It's up and running. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Alex and I have been stressing out for a long time.
Yeah, man. I found out that the job editor-in-chief is not as glamorous as it sounds.
No.
And is in fact one of the most stressful jobs in the entire world. But that aside, the Book of Medora comes from the ancient Greek language, and it means holder of knowledge, or tutor, or holder of high wisdom. So that makes sense, right?
To open the way to go forward, make your wish here, and it will be granted.
Yeah. And apparently, there is the Book of Medora in the other Zelda, in like some other Zelda games.
But it's not like a usable item. It's more of like a.
Okay, so like
nod,
Impa's
right?
house, right? Impa's house in Ocarina of Time 3D. Mm-hmm. There's a green book on like a table in her house, and it's like a really similar looking house to the one in this game.
Okay.
And so, like Impa is like the wise sage of wisdom, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a reference, and also Gapora in Skyward
I
Sword.
thought you said something else, but okay.
Gapora, whatever. The guy who looks like the owl, the guy from the Skyward Sword who looks like the owl.
Yes.
He has it also, and he's like a teacher too. So there you go. So that's the Book of Medora. So don't let it be said that I don't ever give you real ass trivia.
So this is the second dungeon
this
in
is
the
the
Light
desert.
World.
This is the
The
desert
desert
temple.
dungeon.
Yeah.
The desert temple. This temple, most of the temples, the first three temples are relatively short. I know exactly where to go, but I'm gonna, for the sake of this video and for you guys at home watching, I'm not gonna speed run it so much as I am just gonna kind of explore and have a good time.
I love the like weird, like frog things.
What?
Like if you look at the outside of it and stuff, like the, like the architecture.
Oh, the little like mouth things.
Yeah.
Are they references to Zoras or no? Well, they're references to enemies in the Dark World, I believe.
I don't really know what they're supposed to be a reference to, but they are like a weird, freaky creature, and I wish that there was more to say about that. But I mean, a lot of the stuff, like maybe it links to because it also reminds me of the Stone Tower Temple from what's it called? Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, and I don't know. I can't remember the name of the article, the author of the article. Let me see if I can just like pull it up on my computer. Oh man.
The version of this song in Link Between Worlds is to die for. It is amazing. Yes. It's like all smooth jazzy with the clarinet.
Oh, I remember it. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. So this article about the Stone Tower Temple is called
Fudge.
It's called Why Termina Was Doomed. Mm-hmm. It's from ZeldaUniverse.net, and it's by Hillian Dan. And it's a really interesting article that examines a lot of the symbology and like iconography in the Stone Tower Temple, and the Desert Temple in this game reminds me of it every time that I see it. So
we're already kind of halfway through this temple. Although this temple takes a very interesting turn, right? So when we get here, we get the master key pretty early on, or the big key, or the boss key, whatever you want to call it. And then we get the our power-up treasure, which is the
oh my gosh,
the power glove. You can feel
glove.
the strength in both your hands. You can pick up and carry the 8 stones.
Do you suppose that they called it the power glove on purpose?
As a reference to the Nintendo Power Glove?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like, looking at the texture now, I mean, it does have that like coil. I mean, look at it. I have it pulled up on the screen right now. It has that like enveloping hand.
This one especially, like it doesn't look so much like it in Link Between Worlds. But
I mean, I wonder what do they call because this upgrades, so it turns into something else. What do they call that?
The Titan's Mitt.
The Titan's Mitt.
Yeah, the Titan's Mitt looks a little bit more like the Power Glove, I guess, but not really, not like a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But in Link to the Past, it does. In Link to the Past, it does look a lot like the Titan's Mitt. I mean, a lot like the Power Glove.
Yeah.
Like a red version of it.
So, okay, so here we are. We're about to embark. This is where, like I said earlier, the dungeon changes, right? It drastically changes because it takes a step. Like halfway through the dungeon, it's like, you know what? We're gonna like take a break, go outside for a little walk, and then go right back in.
It's cool, like, okay, because, like, have you ever played through, I mean, you have, but I mean, like, have you ever, like, I want to just, like, extend this, maybe this will be the question of the day, is, like, how many of you have ever played through the original Legend of Zelda completely, and like, what did you think of it?
I personally did not like it. I played Link to the Past first.
Yeah, was the first time that you played it for the show?
No, oh god, no. The first time I completed was for the show.
I'm saying, but like Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
The first time you beat it was not for the show.
Yes.
You just beat it for fun.
Yeah.
What didn't you like about it?
Some of the dungeons felt too repetitive. I felt that I was favoring items I was favoring certain items because of convenience and not so much for like the right reasons of using them, you know?
Yeah. So here's my thesis on this, because I once read another article that I like can't remember the name of now. Of course, I'm gonna like try and find it right now. But it was basically about how Zelda is broken. It was on Kotaku like years ago, and it really like spoke to me. And all
right, hold on. Before you go on, Alex, we're about to fight the boss right here. Here's a speedrunning strat that I just found out recently. It's very hard to pull off, but it's using the ice rod as a weapon as opposed to the sword. Again, very hard to pull off.
So the boss of this temple is called Lanmolas, and it's like these 3 green worm creatures. But I don't know. They look kind of like ant lions or something of that nature. But I don't really. There's not really a lot for me to. There's not really a lot for me to go off of here. They just look like a really nasty parasite worm, like a centipede or something like that. And I think that's probably what they're based off of. That's the best I can do. Yeah. So
and
yeah,
that's the boss.
So the article was called "Zelda just keeps getting worse, but it isn't beyond saving." It's by Tevis Thompson. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but basically,
Tevis Thompson, if you're listening, bro, thank you,
dude. Like real talk, really, this article really like changed the way that I thought about Zelda. And basically, what he said was that
we just won the Pendant of Power.
Yeah.
So the goal of finding 3 pendants is in sight.
Oh, good. Go for the last one.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So what he said was that like, Zelda should be more like Dark Souls, and in the sense that like the world doesn't feel like it was made for you to like unwind it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And more, it was supposed to be like a world that's like persistent and like doesn't really care about you and is like very brutal, and you just have to like find things that you stumble upon and like.
Yeah.
And the experience of playing the original Legend of Zelda is a lot more like that, actually. Like if you think of the original Legend of Zelda in the mind of like Dark Souls, like it feels a little bit more badass. You know what I mean? Like it's very, very like hard to find secrets in that game, and like, you know, like you're gonna like just have to like try out a lot of different things, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff missing. And even though like obviously like the NES version of the game is like not a great example of that. You know, like the ideas are there, and that game's super old, so like you can't really blame it for not holding up as like a competitor to Dark Souls. But
sure.
Like what he's saying is that like if a new Zelda game was made that was like that, where you like experience things on your own, and like, you know, there's a lot less like
holding your hand and telling you where to go.
Yeah, that it would be a better series. And I think that Link Between Worlds is a good step towards that, right?
Yeah, you really have no idea where to go. It kind of just lets you go.
And the reason that I brought that up is because I feel, and you were talking about how you like go outside and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like the reason that that's the case is because this game kind of like led people astray, because this game still, there's a lot of like, you know, exploring to do and like things to find that you're not gonna, that you like don't want to miss.
Mm-hmm.
But like in the other games, they took like what was good about this game, and they like took the wrong things about this game and tried to make more Zelda games.
Well, not to be rude, Alex, we probably should take a break. When we get back tomorrow, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go on a huge upgrade fest. One of my favorite moments in the game. We're gonna get some new items. It's gonna be a good time, and then we're gonna start the quest for the third pendant.
Hey, yeah, sounds good to me. Leave your thoughts about what I was just talking about too in the comments below, and check out that article by Tevis Thompson, Tevis. Zelda just keeps getting worse, but it isn't beyond saving. I don't completely agree with the article, but it really puts you in a cool mindset.
And you know what? The article title kind of sets.
It's a little bit sensational.
It's not as bad as it seems.
Yeah.
The title is just
it's not like go rage on the article.
The title I think in most Kotaku titles is
it's meant to get you to read
clicks.
it.
Yeah, it's not, but it's actually a pretty well written piece.
It's actually it's like really long and very like well thought out. So really just go respectfully read it and don't just go rage at him because you love Zelda. All right. With that said, later man.
Later mans.